I just want to preface this by saying it's a lot of you who don't like me because of just who I am, my resilience, my growth, my strength, how I'm handling my situation, how just everything, like my wit, my humor, my sense of style, just everything about me, how I move, just maneuver in life. That's what I mean by when I say how I move, how I maneuver through life, how I waltz through life, how I walk through life, how I'm protected, how I'm divinely led and divinely guided, how I'm just imaginative and creative, and I'm able to effortlessly pull things from the ethers and pull inspiration in how I understand life and how it works. And I'm able to bring that forward and channel that and actually create it and turn it into something for good, for humanity, and especially for my people, my soul family that I'm finding and that are finding me. And we're joining together to make this thing called life and desires and dreams and your hopes and wishes come true. And I'm helping people do that. And the reason why I say that is because there are going to be people, and in my personal experience, there are going to be people that come along and in your journey, in your path, and they serve as deterrents for you making that of what I just explained happen. There are certainly going to be people that come along to prevent you from reaching your goals, from getting to your goals. That's something. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And so to anyone watching who is on the same path to achieving their goals and get into a place where you are believing in yourself to go get it. One thing I'll say to you is sometimes you may be in a season where you have to hype yourself up. And it may be many seasons. And it may be safe to say all the time, most of the time, majority of the time, until you have cultivated enough understanding and wisdom to be able to hold space for your people. Until you've cultivated enough wisdom and understanding and patience and different virtues to be able to sustain and maintain when your blessings come in. Because life's always happening in the interim, right? In the meantime, between time, the point of you setting intentions for your desires, and then to the point where you actually get them. There's things happening in the meantime that's unfolding. That's the unfolding of it, right? And so that downtime is for you to be preparing and prepping for your manifestations to arrive, your blessings to come to you and to arrive. And in that in that meantime, that's the cultivating, right? That's for the sustainability of it, for the durability for when they come. But in the meantime, you may have to hype yourself up off of what you know to be true for yourself, and you know that and the things that you would like for other people to give to you that you may not be receiving just yet, or may be getting just yet. And here's the thing, you may be receiving it and you may be getting it, it just may not be being told to you, right? Outright. It may not be being told to you or physically or verbally said to you outright. It could just be the thoughts that you're having, right? And the things that you want you would like for people to say to you comes through in the form of your thoughts, and you just know that that is something that, like, someone's endorsing what you're saying, like, come on, I know that's right. It could be it could be all of those things, right? It could be all of those things. But that is what I mean. When you are in the meantime, when you are in the process, when you are in your process, don't doubt yourself and give up because you're not receiving the things that you would like to receive, which is validation, right? Which is some type of external validation. And that's normal to want, but there are going to be times where you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be your biggest source of validation. You have to be the one standing firm on what you know to be true and what you know you deserve as well from other people. And that's why you're desiring it, and that's why you're wanting it. So the reason why I'm saying this is when it comes out and like I just hype myself up and I'm like, I know that's right. I know that's right. Nobody had to give that to me, but I know that that's something I deserve. I know that that was something that I said in that moment that was profound. I know that that was profound what I said in that moment. I know that. And so there's a brief interjection that I want to make about right here is because when you are doing things, because I am cooking right now, or about to, in the process. I'm in the process of preparing my meal to make the meal, right? Preparing it to be made. And what I would like to insert is that when you are doing things that you are passionate about, and when you are doing things that you love and that fulfill you, and that's how you know that you are in your path. That's how you know. That's how you know. That is how you know. It's a feeling that you get, you know. Most importantly, what I'm saying about that is you will not have to, you'll lose the desire to eating. Like right now, eating is not on the list, like the top of importance for me. Eating right now is not that important. What's most important right now is getting this message across and filming this video. It's filming this video and getting this message out and saying what I have to say, because I know that what I'm saying and what I'm doing is helping other people, helping someone out there. So when you're doing the things that you love, that's one way to know what you love to do is something that you'll lose the desire to eat over. You'll do that before you eat. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I don't even need to eat anymore. And I'm strategic, so I'm knowing like at all times, like, okay, like I'm directing, I'm producing. So you may lose your mind a little bit through the process, but that's, I think the fix for that is to put out your work, live in your life's purpose, just keep going, keep flowing. And yeah, put it out there, put it out there, put it out there. Because who I'm serving is a certain demographic. Because I asked, why am I the keeper of this wisdom, this knowledge? Because I'm channeling in quantum material. And I'm tapped in and tuned in and attuned to that frequency to be able to receive it and bring it forward. And because of my heart, and because of my purity, and because of what I've shown, and what I continue to show, God appoints me to be able to be the one to do that and to bring it forward. And I'm entrusted with that information. So when you become like water and you embody the traits or the qualities of water and you flow, you don't stop the flow and you ride the tides and you don't go against it. You just flow with it. You maneuver with it and you don't go against it. You just balance, you find the balance in it. So the thing is like when you are, my process of doing it is a little bit differently. Nonetheless, I'm still doing it in life, right? I may not be riding the surfboard like a surfer, but I'm riding the surfboard like a surfer right now. And the way that somebody brings that metaphor about is based off of their own personal, I want to say dialectic, like their own personal deliverance. And that's how they get it out in life. Because one thing that I teach is that we are replications of the divine. We are all replications of the divine. Because we are here to show God and to see all of what God can do as our own individual pieces of God, to see and play out all of what God can do. And like, for instance, I'm riding the wave and maintaining, that's my ebook. Beyonce is riding it like a surfboard, or there's actually a surfer right now surfing on the beach. We're all doing it. We are all doing it. We are all showing what God can do. We are all doing it. So that's even more reason and more understanding for you to know that you are an important piece. You are an important part here. You play an important role to the betterment of society and of humanity. So don't doubt your gifts. Don't doubt your abilities and what you are doing. That's to someone who is hard on themselves. That's to someone who doesn't celebrate themselves enough. That is to someone who doesn't take a look at literally all that they have done that has gotten them to that to whatever point they are in life, no matter what life looks like. You've done a lot, and you have to give yourself grace and credit for that. And that is what's going to enable you to, that's what's going to permit you to keep moving forward and keep pushing through when it gets hard. It's your faith when this shit gets hard. And that's an old spiritual plug quote, right? That's a spiritual plug quote. It's your faith when this shit gets hard. It's your faith when this shit gets hard. So what I'll say to that is something that I'm feeling right now is to not be afraid of evolution and growth and change and transformation. Oh my goodness, because transformation is a tumultuous experience. It's a very it's a very it's an essential experience. It's an essential experience. It's needed. However, it is a life-changing experience. You know, you're meant to change, but it's not the easiest process to undergo and to go through. See, I always talking about keeping the camera rolling. Y'all, I just had a whole debacle in here. Me versus me. It's literally me versus me. You versus you. Me versus me, you versus you. And at the top, it's just us. One thing about it, I'm going to claim it all. One thing about it, I'm going to claim it all. And one thing about a mission, yeah, it's going to be made sure of that it's seen through to the end. I know that's right. I know that's right. It's going to be made sure of that it's seen through to the end. I know that. And the reason why I say all that is because, I'm also hearing, right? I'm also hearing where there's some people saying like, you know, like, there's like, the one thing about mission is gonna be made sure of that seen through to the end. That's what I'm saying. Your haters, right? Your haters or whatever they are, right? Your enemies, your haters, the naysayers, they literally know your quotes as well. They know what's up if you have quotes, but I'm just saying, like, they know what's up as well. They know it verbatim, just probably damn near better than you. Damn near better than you. They know it verbatim just like you. Just as much as you, right? And I'm hearing that incoming. And I went through my experience of having to, they call it psychosis. We just put it out there. But really what it is, so it's induced by stress, a lot of stress, but you got to take a look at the root of where the stress is coming from. And where the stress is coming from is not only just being in environments with unaligned people, places, things, but also, so it can be what you're intaking. So what's incoming, the food that you're eating, the people that you're around, the things that you're listening to, the shows that you're watching, music that you're listening to, literally everything, the water you're drinking, just your environment, who you're around, right? And so what also could be incoming on a spiritual level is the thoughts, judgments, opinions of people who are misaligned and who don't understand you and who are looking to impose their limiting beliefs, their own fears, their insecurities onto you. Those things we call demons, right? We call that darkness, but that has no use in your world, right? That has no benefit in your world, in your psyche, in your mind, in your heart, in all of you, in your aura. That has no use, right? That has no use, no benefit to be there. So when you're around those types of people, you're unaligned, right? You're unaligned. You're not on the same frequency. You're not aligned. So they're not going to understand how you live your life. Even if you understand or don't how they live their lives, but if you're just not that type of person to impose your or impart onto their path unsolicitedly, then, or unprovoked, that's you. But not everybody is like you. Not everybody has the same heart as you, right? Not everybody has the same morals that you have. Not everybody lives by the same code of ethics that you live by. And you could be in environments with those people and receiving their thoughts and their judgments, whether they're saying it verbally to you or not. So when you go through, when people have gone through spiritual psychosis, that's really what's happening. And so, yes, I heard the thoughts and opinions about other people about like, oh, there she go again. Literally, like, there she go again. And it's gonna be people who would love for you to stop what you're doing, because if you have an awareness about how they feel, they may not say it to you verbally, but they feel it, and you could pick that up as a sensitive soul, as an empath, right? So those are things that I experience because I'm clairaudient, which means that I'm receiving intuitive insight and intuitive downloads by hearing it. Like, I actually will hear phrases, or I'll hear song lyrics, or sometimes it's gotten to a level where I'm hearing the tune of a song, like I'm hearing the melody, or like the beat will play. Like I'm listening, like as if I'm the song, as if I'm becoming the song. That's an experience. But yeah, so in the scientific world, in the medical world, they call that synesthesia, and I've been experiencing that lately as well. And I can't really explain right now how I've been experiencing it, but I have been experiencing it. But yeah, so like I heard that, and that's a gift, but it's important to decipher between what's yours and what's not. And it's easy when you start picking up on who you are as a person and loving who you are as a person and getting to a point where you'll just do it anyway. It's easy to differentiate between like what's yours and what's coming from the outside world or somebody else, right? And I heard that, and normally that would have stopped me, you know, like, well, beforehand that would have stopped me, but when you just realize that, like, how does that make sense? You're literally saying my quote for me, which means you know it. So that doesn't make sense to say, here she go, talking again, as if you don't want me to talk, as if you're tired of me talking. yet you know my quote. And then I can understand that, because maybe you're like, maybe you're like, damn, I hear it so much, which means you listen. Like it doesn't. So if you didn't like it, why are you listening, right? If you didn't like it, and that's another thing, you got to push through that barrier, because some people would try to be like, see, because you can be compassionate and understand, but at the end of the day, they're still a hater, right? Nobody's talking about the real problem, the fact that you're a hater. That's the real problem. The real problem is not because I'm compassionate and I can understand you. The real problem is you're a hater. Why are we not talking about that part? The real part is you're a hater. Why are we not talking about that part? Why are we not talking about that part? Yeah. So it's like, wait a minute. If you don't like it, why are you listening to the point where you literally know it? Like, you know it. You know it. Why are you listening that much if you know it? People not liking you for your gifts. And let me tell you why. I never understood this. That people will not like you for your gifts, and people want to punish you for your gifts, right? They want to punish you for your gifts because they try to make you out to be a fraud or a hypocrite, or they try to get you to like trick you out your spot, right? Or they try to like make you feel, right? Because it's your responsibility by how you feel, but it's really your yes, it's anybody's responsibility for how they feel, but yes, it's your responsibility to like how you go about it and how you handle it. So if you act on those feelings and it may be like an adverse reaction, that's also your responsibility to rectify. It's your responsibility to heal, even though the things that you've gone through that caused you to feel the way that you feel may not have been your fault. But there's people that will literally do things that will, in attempts to make you feel, right, to provoke you, to make you feel a certain type of way, to get a reaction out of you, so that way you can look like a fraud, so that way you can be discredited for who you are. And it was intentional and orchestrated and calculated on their part. It's called a scheme, okay? So yes, you're responsible for how you feel, but there are people who will literally try to poke and prod at you in order to make you feel a certain way, because they think they know who you are, and they think that they know what they can, that they think that they know that there are certain things that they can do in order to get to you, right? In order to get a reaction out of you, in order to pull at you, right? In order to irritate you. Because these are people who have been close to you, and even if they're not close to you in proximity, physically wise, they still watch you and observe you. They still watch you and study you and observe you enough to know what your strengths are, to know what your weaknesses are, to know what might irritate you. They study your patterns, so they feel they know how to get to you. So the reason why I'm saying that is because when we talk about there's people that will when we talk about I'm gonna have to go back and see that. I'm gonna have to go back and see that. But what I am saying is there's people that will literally, they know exactly what they're doing, okay? They know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly what they're doing in regard to you. They know exactly what they're doing. And they will try to make attempts to make you feel less than, unworthy. They will make attempts to try to make you feel less powerful. They will make attempts to try to make you feel undeserving. Like all of those things that will elicit a negative response out of you. The reason why I'm saying that is because there are going to be some people on your path that will yummy. This is Terra Delisa extra virgin olive oil, ideal for everyday cooking, farmer produced. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. It says trace me. Okay, and it says scan here to see my full journey from the orchard to you, baby. And they got QR codes on here. Look at the bottle though. Look at the bottle. Okay, freezing is a natural phenomenon. Okay, so this is produced by CHO company. Yeah. Okay, and it's kept in a dark glass bottle for one, and it recommends that you keep it in a cool, dark place and you store it. Yeah, so that's who we are. That's who we are. That's what we're using today. That's what we're using today. That's what we're. Okay, so yes. So what I'm saying is that there are going to be some people that like will come with some type of like intimidation, or you can feel, right? We are talking about the nervous system, okay? The nervous system. Your nerves. Central nervous system, autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, all the nerves, okay? We're talking about all the nerves, all of the nerves. But let's just talk about the central nervous system. When it comes down to your nervous system, it is literally your body's way of holding you accountable to life and to your environment. And it's receiving information and it's transmitting that data from the environment to your the any type of stimuli from your environment, and it's transmitting that data to your brain, right? To your brain, and that's how you're able to perceive consciously. That's how you're able to perceive, and then your subconscious is storing it at all times. But that's how you're able to perceive if that is an environment that is safe for you or not, based off of who you are as a person. And who you are as a person is stored within the subconscious. That's your soul's memory. And your soul's memory is the one that is knowing if that was an environment that you're in that's safe or not, because it remembers what it experienced in those environments around those people, right? And speaking of the people, there's people that will try to threaten and intimidate you because of your gifts and want to punish you for your gifts. And the reason why is because your gifts are so much deeper than just the surface. You can be hearing things and seeing things, but you're receiving so much information about what's really going on behind the scenes about what those people are doing. You're then able to access all types of intentions and motives hidden, right? And they don't want you to know that.